So many people seem perplexed about how much content I can create in a day or in a short period of time. And oftentimes, what people share with me is how much they struggle with creating content. But in truth, you're not struggling at all with creating content. You're struggling with the limiting belief that you have that it is challenging or difficult or too hard to create content, or that it's a lot. And I'm not saying it isn't a lot, and I'm not saying that some people's challenge or struggle is valid, but it still is a limiting belief. And I want to talk to you about that today because it's really important to understand that content is life and life is content, okay? Excuse me, it really is that simple. I don't want the sun to blind you, so let me kind of turn in a way where, there we go, I can position myself a little bit better. So here's the thing, here's the truth. Everything that you do in life on a day-to-day basis, you can share if you're willing to share with the people who need it the most, right? Whatever it is you have to share. So your message, your story, your successes, your failures, things that you've been challenged with, things that you've healed through, things that you are currently healing through, right? Wisdom that you have, encouragement you have to give. You know, so many people in this world need what you have inside of you naturally, what you were born with, what you were gifted with naturally. You do not have to think too long and hard about that, right? It is just a fact. And I wanted to hop on right now. I'm in the middle of just literally taking my midday break. As I shared with you before, that this is something that I do. I want to get a little sunshine, breathe some fresh air, be in nature with, the universe here, and then just bring good positive vibes and energy to myself and then reset. So this came to my mind in the midst of my walk, and I said, well, I'm walking anyway. This thought came to my mind. Why not just share what's on my mind right now? Do you know what I'm saying? It really doesn't have to be that difficult. It just truly doesn't. And I want to just give you a different perspective, okay? From my lens, from my experience. I've been doing this a long time, and I promise you, just on a day-to-day basis, just think about how many people you are connecting with, conversating with, people you know, people you don't know, right? Family members, friends, co-workers, colleagues, business partners, strangers, people you're in school with. You're constantly in touch and interacting with somebody throughout the day. And just as I am hopping on here to have a casual conversation with you, it is really and truly as simple as that. So I said to myself, you know what? I've got to walk anyway. Okay, I'm taking a midday break anyway. Why not go ahead and hop on here and give the good people a word today, okay? Hi there, thanks for joining. So I wanted to prove it to you. This is an impromptu live. I do these often. I wanted to prove it to you, okay? That as you're taking a walk, as a thought comes to your mind, as you're cooking breakfast, lunch, dinner, snack, pouring you a drink, as you are chilling in the backyard, or you're going grocery shopping, you're in the supermarket. Yes, somebody said personal branding. It is about personal branding. This is how you build a personal brand. People want to know who you are. They want to get to know you, get to like you, get to trust you, so that they eventually can work with you, buy from you, invest in themselves, right? And just people want to know who you are, the real you. So this is great news, because if you are afraid or have been telling yourself and convincing yourself of this lie that content is just so hard to create, what I can promise you is that the reason why this is great news is because you just simply get to be yourself. And that's what personal branding is. What are your philosophies, right? What are the hills you're willing to die on? What do you firmly believe in? If you can get on here and be truthful, be transparent, and be your most authentic self to the core of your being. And if you are willing to be vulnerable and share things that you've been through, things that you're going through, that somebody else can resonate with, somebody else can relate to, what your story and what your situation is or has been, right? That you never know what lives you are touching, what heartstrings you're pulling on. People are looking for a place to find, like a sanctuary. They're looking for a place of healing. They're looking to find happiness within again. They're looking for that youth again. They're looking for somebody to help them through a grievance, right, that they're going through and they've been struggling through. They're maybe not a grievance necessarily with the loss of a loved one, although it very well could be, but maybe the loss of, a job, the loss of a home, the loss of, I don't know, something that was just of sentimental value, whatever that might be, the loss of a friendship, the loss of, maybe they left and they're in a new state or whatever the case may be, and they need some time to adjust through that. You might be further ahead, not by much, but by a little, and a little is enough for somebody who's not there yet. Do you understand what I'm saying? So if you have the opportunity to ever just say, well, okay, so here's the thing. This is something I want you to get out of your own mind. I want you to think about it like this. When you are talking to someone to help them, you've got to stop thinking about you so much and think about how you're adding value to their life. See, oftentimes what stops us, what scares us, what perplexes us, what halts us, what makes us, what hinders ourselves, how we get in our own way is simply by saying, you know what, I'm so concerned about what they're thinking about me, like how I'm looking right now. I'm not feeling that great. I don't have the best background. I, need my hair done. I need my nails done. I don't have my makeup on right, whatever. But those are things that we're using to criticize ourselves. Nobody's thinking about that. No one. And if they are, they're probably trolls. All you got to do is just ignore those and keep on pushing, okay? Because hurt people, as we all know. And some of these people just have nothing better to do. I think some of them get paid to just come on here and be mean-spirited to people. But you've got to grow a tough skin and just learn to brush those things off and truly ignore them, because those aren't the people you're here for. The people you're here for are the people who need to hear what you have to say, and they're going to tune in. The other ones, when you ignore them and when you don't give them a voice on your platform, a voice, as you're doing your live stream or sharing your message on a pre-recorded video or however you deliver it, they're going to eventually get too tired because they want the attention. So if you don't give them the attention, then you don't add fuel to fire. So ignore those people and just be like, you know what, I'm talking to the people who are here. I'm talking to the people who are showing up. I'm talking to the people who really need my help, who really need my support, who need to know I exist, that my brand exists, that my business exists, that I have services that I can offer them, or that I can just be the light in their darkness right now. Okay? So anything that you're doing throughout the day, I want to challenge you to, first of all, just change and shift your mindset, okay? Change your mindset. See it through my lens in the way that I just described it. And like Bree Speaks says, personal branding. Who are you really? Who is the voice, not just the face? What is the thoughts you have, or what are the thoughts you have? Who is the voice and the face behind the brand, right? Your personal brand, not just your business brand, because the two coincide, right? You can't have one without the other. So, you just need to make sure that you are really and truly, that your message is in alignment with the people that you're showing up for, okay? Just be committed to showing up, showing off, and showing out exactly who you are. And you don't need to worry about other people and what they think and how they think about you and how they're judging you. Listen, create a judgment-free zone. Put those people who's talking about you that don't have nothing good to say on timeout indefinitely. And just be about the people who are there to hear what you have to say, because what you have to say is important. Your message matters. Your voice matters. And you know what? If you're someone of age like I am, because those are the people I typically cater to, I cater to women, Gen Xers like me, over 40 years old, in their 50s and beyond, older millennials sometimes as well, and a few baby boomers. Listen, it doesn't matter your age, but if you are a woman who has been through some things in life, if you are someone who has had a hot mess of a situation and now you know that can be your message, share it. If you are someone who you're building your personal brand and you're building your business, but you know maybe you're a lifestyle brand and you want to show some things that's going on behind the scenes, show that too. Go ahead and start talking about the things that are important to you. Do you know what I mean? The things that, see, here's the thing, what you're really doing is adding value, okay? You're not just coming on here just talking about things that people don't care about, right? You wanna make sure that you're adding value. And so by that, I mean, gosh, there's so many things that you can talk about. Is it not? I bet you, like, if you just list a bunch of things on a piece of paper right now, top of mind, not thinking too long and hard about it, I guarantee you can come up with a very long list. I guarantee it. But you're putting too much emphasis on, like I said, the judgment piece of it, and you're giving yourself an excuse really to just not do what you really in your heart want to do, because again, you know, fear holds us back, right? So I just really want to encourage you to think about content in a different way. You know, it doesn't have to be this hairy, scary thing. You know, it's not the boogeyman. Content is life. Right now, I could just be, and after I'm done with this live stream, I will be just in my own thoughts. Do you know how many thoughts come up in our mind just as a human being on a day-to-day basis? So many. How can you turn those thoughts into a valuable message for somebody who needs to hear that in the moment? And that really is when you present your content extremely well, is when you're not trying to plan it out. You're not writing out a script. You're not, writing out all these bullet points. Like, you're just speaking from the heart. You're speaking from the things that's top of mind. You're speaking from lived experiences, okay? Hopefully my mic is picking up my voice good, because I know there's traffic going by here. I'm kind of walking on the outskirts of my complex, my neighborhood here. But, just get in the spirit of, how can I help somebody? How can I be there for somebody who may not have a strong support system right now? How can I, yes, I love that, turn your thoughts into a valuable message. Oh, that's what I said. Okay. Okay. Yes, but thank you for ascribing that, because that's exactly right. And I'm glad you're paying attention. Thank you for repeating that. It's so important. So, in the morning, when you're just doing your normal day-to-day routine, whatever that is for you. For me, I get up. I do have a very ritualistic behaviors. I get up, I say my prayer, give thanks to God. Every day above ground is a great day. I count my blessings. I reflect on life. I meditate. I journal. I exercise. I definitely get in my 10,000 plus steps a day. This is a part of that. I read. I listen to something stimulating. I'm part of a stimulating conversation. I give time to myself before I give it to anyone, because I have to fill myself up, my own cup, until my cup runneth over, so that I can give from the overflow. You can't pour from an empty cup, in other words, right? You've got to pour from your overflow. So these are the kinds of things I do, just kind of taking a casual walk in the neighborhood. Now, typically I'm not walking this slow, but girl, I ain't trying to be out of breath and walk and talk at the same time. Okay, I'm conditioned, but not that conditioned. So, so I want to make sure though that I'm just at a good pace right now, because it's so important that I get this message out to you. Like I said, it hit my spirit, and it really and truly, that's it right there. It's like, when something hits your spirit, girl, ride the wave. Let it go. Let go, let flow, let God. Just give the people what they need to hear. Don't wait. Don't question yourself. Don't start doubting. Don't back out of it. Don't, start having all of these, as I call them, dialogue demons in your mind, having all this negative conversation. No, clap back and be like, no, I got something to say. I got something to share. And I'm going to say it. Because people need to hear it. Because what I have to say is important. Like reverse psychology. You remember that? We learned that long time ago in school. Reverse psychology yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like anything that can come up that you are telling yourself is not true, or what you can't do, or all these limiting beliefs. No, be like, no, what I have to say is important, and people want me to show up, and they're hoping, wishing, and praying for me to show up, but I'm hiding. I'm hiding because I'm afraid, or because I fear this, or because I don't want people to judge me. That's not about them. Then how are you trying to help? How is that helpful? It isn't. So I'm giving you that. Sometimes I told you, now this is not really a part of the daily dose of vitamin D3. I did that earlier, but this is a part of my ongoing live stream series challenge for 21 days. Okay, at least I told you I'm gonna go live once a day, every day for 21 days. And this is the second time today. This wasn't planned. This is not planned. This is just something that I decided at the last minute, like I said, impromptu, to just hop on and share exactly what my thoughts were. So I just think it's so important. It's so important. Apparently I can't walk and talk. Hang on, I'm trying to see. Okay. Girl, I can't do dogs, okay? Not no big ones especially. So I just had to make sure the dog wasn't coming this way. And that he had his owner with him. So that threw me off. So I was making up words. Potent, okay? So let me put my sunglasses back on, because y'all have seen my eyes enough, and quite frankly, it is bright out here. So you're very welcome. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you take this with you. Hold it in your spirit. I feel like there's so much more I want to say, because I just want to dive deeper and dig deeper into your soul and let you know it's okay. It really and truly is okay for you to just get in tune and in touch with your own emotions, and then ask yourself, really, the tough questions. Ask yourself, why am I so nervous, or so afraid, or so fearful of whatever it is, to get on camera, to start talking to people. Like, I don't know you personally, right? But I'm comfortable and confident in my story. I'm comfortable and confident in what I have experienced. I'm comfortable and confident in what works, what's effective. I know it because I've done it. I've lived it. I've been it. I am it. So I always say, gone are the days where you have to fake it until you make it. That used to be a thing. What is true now, what I like to say is, be it until you become it. Okay? That's what's really important, is to be it until you become it. Why? Because you have to embrace who you are right now. And my saying personally is that I have accepted who I've been, I embrace who I be, and I am prepared and making room for the woman I am becoming. That is a whole bar, girl. Okay? And I want you to feel the same and think the same way, because where you are right now is enough. Who you are right now is enough. Who you are becoming will be enough, right? But right now you are far enough along to be able to help the people who actually need you to show up and talk to them about whatever it is that you have experienced in your own life. Your words of wisdom, your words of encouragement, your words of love, some laughter. If you're funny, if you're hilarious, if you can crack a joke or two, if you can weave in humor into things that you're saying, if you could take a situation that's serious and lighten up a little bit with the humor, that's a beautiful thing. That's a gift. So what is your God-given gift and your talent? And that is really and truly what I want you to think about. What do you do naturally? What comes to you easily, effortlessly, naturally? That all you gotta do is literally see, now I know you see people, when you're on a live stream, you will see people on here, right? But that's okay. I mean, just think about it like these are real human beings on the other side of your camera screen, right? Or your computer screen that you're talking to. And it's the same as it would be if you saw them in person and they went up to you and they say, hey, I like your hair. Oh, I love your sunglasses. Oh, girl, your nails are cute. Oh, who does your makeup? Oh, you do? And you strike up a conversation and you get into it, or you're at a social event or what have you. You're at the, your favorite barista in the morning and everybody's in a joyful, happy holiday mood or whatever. And you strike up a conversation in all of these different scenarios. And then before you know it, everybody's sharing a little something, who you are, where you're from. It is casual conversation, but you make sure that somewhere along the lines that if you're showing up in this way, you just add the value. And that's true. You can add the value to a perfect stranger at a Starbucks, right? You understand? Okay, you said, I'm thinking, I'm a deep thinker and full of wisdom. That is beautiful. That is beautiful. Are you using that to your advantage? And are you using that gift to benefit other people? Because that's really what we're talking about today. How can you utilize what's inside of you for the benefit of somebody else? So, never thought to share my thoughts, like you said. Oh, absolutely, darling. Absolutely. You've got to. So many people need us. They need you. They need me. You need me. Look at what you just said. That's profound. If you were the only person, which right now looks like you are because people have dropped off, or at least the only one commenting right now, you're saying you never thought of it this way. You're thanking me for sharing. You've never seen me before, right? We don't know each other personally. I don't know where you live, where you are, what you've been through. Nothing. I don't know if Bree is your real name, your first name, your stage. I don't know. But clearly I was helpful. Clearly I added value, even if it's one person that you can affect and impact with your story, with your message, with your gift, whatever that is for you and anybody else listening. That is, I am proof, I am confirmation for you right now. This is your sign to get, you carry your phone everywhere you go. Everybody's got a cell phone. You don't need anything fancy. You don't need to learn how to do no special edits. You don't need any of that jazz. You need you. You know what you need? Two powerful things. Two powerful tools that we were gifted with by God. One is your mind, and the other is your mouth. You use your mind and your mouth, and like I said, to speak about your shared experiences, your lived experiences, and get on camera and talk. You could do it while you're cooking. You can do it while you're cleaning. You can do it while you're shopping. You can do it while you're going to pick up your kids or your grandchildren, however old you might be, whatever category you fit in. You can do it while you are walking in midday like I am, okay? You can do it however you got to do it, however you got to get it in, and whenever you got to get it in. It's up to you, okay? But it is so freeing. It is so liberating. And when I spoke about vulnerability earlier and truthfulness and transparency, when I speak about those things, people kind of cringe and they tense up. What I want to say is this. That doesn't mean, vulnerable doesn't mean that you have to share anything you are uncomfortable sharing, especially if it's something you're still going through and is fresh and you're still healing from it. For example, I, once upon a time in this lifetime, was married. I was with my life partner for nearly 30 years. And that was a very disheartening, devastating time of my life when we ended up divorced, because it was an unwanted divorce for me. Now, just up until a year, maybe a year and a half ago, I wasn't even able to say that out loud without being a well of tears and crying you a whole river, honey. I could not even, still to this day, I don't use the word ex, because this person is still in my life, and somebody who's an ex to me is exed out of my life. That's just the way I see it, okay? So we are forever life partners. and we'll always be there for each other. But we had to heal through that. I had a lot of internal healing to do. I had a lot of, healing with my former spouse. We had to talk through a lot of things, and now we are still the best of friends. We had to grow, we had to evolve. Now I can speak on it. Now I can help someone else who, may have gone through a divorce, right? I can share with you how we got through that, what the pain points were, what brought us to that point. If somebody's looking to resolve their marriage and figure out how they could work it out, or somebody who's saying, well, how do I move past it? What did you do? I can help with that now. See, and I can speak about it because I'm speaking from a healed place. So when I speak about being vulnerable, I'm being vulnerable, but I don't have to cry a well of tears right now because I've healed through the pain. Do you understand? So that's the difference. So don't get it twisted. Don't think that while you're going through something traumatic right now, that you should speak about it unless it's something you're comfortable to speak about. But I recommend, if you haven't gone through therapy or you haven't, done what it takes to heal yourself and go through your own healing journey, which, by the way, I still am with various aspects of my life, but I can talk about those things now because I'm at a place to do that. So now, I didn't have to share that, right? But this might be somebody who pops on here or hears my message, this video on the replay. They might say, well, wow, I never would have thought. She seems so happy. She seems so bubbly every time she shows up. She doesn't seem like somebody who's speaking from a hurt place. It's because I'm not. I'm speaking from a healed place. And that's the trouble with a lot of us women. We don't speak from a healed wound. We speak from a wound that is still hemorrhaging. Okay, and we've got to heal internally in order to expedite our external success. And that's why I do what I do as a holistic business coach and an RN health and wellness educator, is to teach women not only how to exit their corporate careers that no longer serve them or build an aligned and profitable brand and business, but more importantly than that is I help them to prioritize their health, their healing, and their happiness, because that is what matters most. Okay, that is what matters most. You got me? So I really hope that this has been very helpful to you, extremely valuable for those of you who showed up live. I appreciate you tuning in. And for those of you who will be catching this on the replay, I also appreciate you. Okay, and I just want you to know that when you speak from your heart in a place of caring, and then you can share more easily, because you care about the people who you're speaking to. And that's really what it's all about. And this world is in a state of distress. So many of us are burning out. We're doing too much. We are coming from a place of just a lot of traumatic events and different things that are going on in life. People are trying to, maintain their livelihood and build businesses and work side gigs and side hustles and take care of their families, take care of aging parents, taking care, we're doing the most, especially as women. We don't know when to stop and how to say no, but there's got to be boundaries, and there's got to be time for you to self-reflect and to embrace ease and to redesign your life and reinvent yourself in a way that you would actually benefit. Okay, so let me know in the comments what has resonated with you the most, what part of my message, what was most helpful, and what you're going to do differently as a result of tuning in and listening to the message. Because see, I didn't tell you that part, right? I'm gonna charge you a little bit of homework. I want you to go and dig a little deeper about your insecurities and your feeling of inadequacy and your fears, where they stem from, or where your fear stems from. What kinds of things have you been through? What are you willing to talk about? Answer these questions for yourself. You don't necessarily have to share them with me, but if you would like, I would love it. If you like it and you want to, I'd love for you to. But I'm interested in hearing what your shared story is. and wherever you are in the journey, if you need help getting to your next level, whatever that might look like for you, don't hesitate to reach out. Feel free to connect with me. I am happy to help and support you in any way that I can. So thank you so much, as always, for coming on my midday walk. I'm going to go relax for a little bit before I get back at it and then call it a night, okay? So make sure you're tuning in, by the way, again, for my daily dose of vitamin D3 and my daily live stream show, okay, which is the daily dose of vitamin D3, where I'm giving you a little dose of truth and transparency and enlightening conversations. Some doses are easy to swallow, some pills are hard to swallow. Hopefully this one today was easy for you to swallow. All right, thank you so much once again. It's been real. I'm a little bit out of breath, but we did it, we made it. Yes, see, we just definitely took a walk. I got my midday walk in, I got my steps in. I have to calculate what they are or take a look at what they are. And I got a chance to talk to you and give you some value today. You see how that works? This is what I mean when I speak about integrating and blending as opposed to trying to balance it all. It just feels so much easier. So, way more better, all right? Thank you so much again. I'm gonna tune out while you tune in, as always, and until next time, I am wholeheartedly in this journey with you. Bye for now.